The road to Chattanooga in the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championships continues today in round 2. In the East 1 regional round, out of 4 teams, only one will advance to the Super Regionals, a region that includes 2 conference champions, a runner-up, and 2 at-large bids featuring top-seeded Pace University. Number 4, Bentley, both of the NE10 and representatives from the East Coast Conference, and number 5 seeded St. Thomas Aquinas College, and the ECC champs in number 8 seeded D'youville. We'll have some eliminations today with 3 games on tap for us and what should be an excellent day of college softball action. Well, after top-seeded Pace punched their ticket to the 3rd round here tomorrow, 2 teams defeated yesterday will look to keep their postseason alive here in round 2. With both, one team looks to stay alive for the 5 p.m. game here this afternoon to stave off elimination. It's a big matchup as the 2025 NCAA Softball Championship Tournament East 1 Regional continues. It's the Bentley Falcons and the D'youville Saints, and it starts right now here on Flo College. Hi, everybody. Big welcome from the side of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championships, East 1 Region, hosted by Pace University. Here at the Pace Softball Field in Pleasantville, New York, alongside you for Flo College. I'm Alex Zeller. Thanks so much for making us a part of your Saturday for the East 1 Regional Round 2. 2 teams looking to bounce back from shutout losses yesterday are up now in our afternoon's contest. In Game 1 yesterday in the first round, top-seeded Pace would have another dominant performance in the circle from senior pitcher Giselle Garcia, who tossed her 3rd shutout of the postseason back yesterday in a 3-0 win against number 8 D'youville, who's playing here now against number 4 Bentley. In Game 2, a one-hit gem from graduate pitcher Sarah Clancy, who'd grab her 18th win of the season for St. Thomas Aquinas College, a complete game win. And a shutout as the Spartans would defeat number 4 Bentley 2-0 in the afternoon contest back yesterday in round 1. The Falcons are pretty familiar with Pleasantville last week and have yet to win a game in the postseason here in New York, Bentley being eliminated in the semifinal round of the NE10 Conference Tournament last Thursday in the NE10 Championship Tournament, losing a top-seeded Pace 6-0 and then the runner-up in Assumption 6-3. Bentley re-enters Pleasantville, 24-20 on the season, 12-8 in NE10 play, 11-6 on the road, and 4-8 on neutral fields. The Falcons are led offensively by the impressive Jordan Krause, the senior outfielder, the all-time home run queen for the Falcons, with 7 on the year and a .404 bat, just waiting for a big postseason moment. She's got 37 RBIs on the year. She was quietly in the NE10 tournament and is going to look to make a ton of noise with her bat here in the East Regional round. Been there, done that for this Falcons team. Senior utility Kim Saunders had a decent postseason, including a 2-run homer in round 1 of the NE10 tournament with 2 homers and 25 RBIs on the season. Pitcher Riley Piramoli on the circle here today for the Falcons, over 250 career strikeouts for Bentley in just 2 years. A loss on Thursday in what was a very close game against the Setters. Brianna Shea, the only batter here in the East Regional to drive in runs on the graduate pitcher. Number 8 D'youville. Oh, it's been a ride in the ECC Championship Tournament for a bit of history after the Saints down top-seeded St. Thomas Aquinas twice to win their first ever ECC Softball Championship back on Saturday. A complete game shutout in the final game of the tournament. D'youville senior righty Sarah Parjic in the circle today was named the ECC's most outstanding performer in the tournament. D'youville re-enters Pleasantville after Thursday's loss, now 23-19 on the season, 9-11 in ECC play, 6-11 on the road, and 9-4 on neutral fields. It's their first ever trip to the NCAA tournament. Offensively, the Saints are led by freshman infielder Annie Jorgensen, the ECC first-team select and 3-time Rookie of the Week. She has 2 homers and 31 RBIs on the season. Gianna Adamo, a senior infielder, swings a .313 bat and has 25 RBIs on the year. Junior Sophia Arno contributes 22 RBIs here as well. Number 8 D'youville will be the road team here today. Number 4 Bentley, the home team. As we'll take a look at the starting lineups here first for D'youville. Leading off and playing in center field, Emily Shibish, batting second, Gianna Adamo on second base. The 3-hitter, the catcher, Annie Jorgensen. Summer Clark will be the cleanup batter and the designated player here for the Saints. Batting fifth, Laura Beck, starting on right field. The first baseman, Gabby Moreno, will be batting sixth. Shannon Howes will be batting seventh and playing left field. Becca Sawyer on third base will be batting eighth and rounding things out for the Saints. And the ninth spot will be Sophia Arno in the circle here. Starting for D'youville will be senior Sarah Parjic. The Saints wearing their white uniforms, red lettering, red pants. For number 4, Bentley leading off will be Jess Morrison, the right fielder, batting second. Jordan Krause out in left field. Maddie Baker will be the 3-hitter, and the catcher, Kim Saunders, on second base will be batting cleanup. Becca Harris will start on third base. Will be batting 5th. In the 6th spot will be Bella Burke, the shortstop. Batting 7th, Haley Filer playing first base. In the 8th spot, Carly Demento out in center field. And rounding things out, the designated player, Grace Messina, will pause for the national anthem here on Flo College. AA sponsors 90 national championships in 24 sports across 3 divisions each and every year. We cheer for the nearly 500,000 student athletes in the game and in the classroom. For more information or to find a championship near you, visit ncaa.com. Welcome here to Pace Softball Field on the campus of Pace University, the site of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship East Region number 1. And our first elimination round here in round 2. Number 4, Bentley. Number 8, D'youville. Backs to the wall. Someone moves on to 5 o'clock. Someone else heads back home. 2 teams looking here for a great battle. Number 4, Bentley. Exited early here in the NE10 tournament, looking to make a deep run here in the NCAA tournament. And for number 8, D'youville, their first trip in program history. And looking here for their first tournament win here today. Should be a very good matchup, and 2 teams looking to bounce back from 2 shutout losses back in round 1 on Thursday. Well, the rain finally stayed away. Both these games in round 2 scheduled for the other day. Here in Pleasantville, it'll be 64 degrees as it stands now. Feels like 59 with the wind. Low of 49. Wind gusts up to 26 miles an hour. It's breezy up here in Westchester. South by east wind at 14 miles an hour as it stands here on the field. For the most unofficial weather report you'll catch here this side of the Empire State. Bentley from Massachusetts, D'youville from near the Canadian border by Niagara Falls. Leading things off will be Emily Shibish, the senior out of Hamburg, New York. 5'2" lefty, 296 on the average, 5 RBIs, and a 393 on base percentage. In the circle here for Bentley, welcome back here to Grace Pieramoli. Riley Pieramoli, graduate pitcher out of Huntington, New York, 5'7" and a righty, 13-12 on the year, a 2.61 ERA, and 160.2 innings of work, a 1.47 WHIP, be making her 25th start here of the season, her 33rd appearance. That one goes outside there for a ball, a 1-1 count, nobody out. We'll take a look at the defensive formations here around the Falcons. Baker at catcher, Filer on first, Saunders on second, Harris on third, Bella Burke rounds things out in short as that one goes outside there for ball number 2. Going left to right in the outfield will be Kraus in the left, Demento in center, and Morrison out there in right field. Emily Shibish looking for her first hit of the NCAA tournament. 0 for 2 at the walk and a stolen base back on Thursday at Pace in that first matchup there a couple days ago. A 2-2 count she'll work on in here on Riley Pieramoli, who's been great over the course here of 2025, and now the 2-2. Outside there for ball 3. Pieramoli yesterday against St. Thomas Aquinas College got the loss. In 7 innings of work, only allowed 2 runs. 1 of them earned on 6 hits, 2 walks, and had 3 strikeouts, the 3-2. Outside ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Emily Shibish, and she's on board. Here comes Gianna Adamo, the senior infielder to Lockport, New York. 5'7" and a left-handed bat. Adamo 313 on the season, 25 RBIs, and a 418 on base percentage. She went 0 for 2 as well back on Thursday at Pace along there with the walk. A runner on first here for D'youville, and they want their first NCAA tournament win in their program's history. The Saints upsetting St. Thomas Aquinas, the number 5 seed here in this East 1 Regional. The winner of this one takes on the Spartans at 4 o'clock here today after the Setters soundly defeated them to move on to round 3. But back to Adamo, who Saturday in that championship game at St. Thomas Aquinas in Game 1 went 2 for 4 with a stolen base and a run scored. And in Game 2 went 2 for 3. D'youville taking 2 here in the first season for Shelley Horner, the head coach here for D'youville. A lot of D1 experience there behind the helm as that one gets tossed on in by Pieramoli there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, runner on first, scoreless here in the top of the first elimination round. One team moves on, the other exits this tournament. As Pierre-Molly winds and deals. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Adamo last Friday against Malloy back in the ECC tournament. 0 for 3 with a walk there as well. She takes that one upstairs there for a ball 2. Pierre-Molly looking for a big moment here in the first postseason win in New York this season, as that one gets fouled off here by the left field side and on out of play, as the NCAA like to thank all of our corporate champions, including AT&T. Runner on first, 2-2 count. Pierre-Molly looking on in, hurls it through. Jammed foul here once more. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. For Riley Pierre-Molly, on the first at pace, is starting to lost 3 innings of work, 5 runs on 9 hits, 1 strikeout. Against Assumption, is starting to lost 3 1/3 of an inning in the semifinal round of the NE10 tournament. 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts here in this postseason. To start things out in the first round of the NE10 tournament, Pierre-Molly had a complete game victory against Franklin Pierce back on April 29th. 7 innings of work, allowing only 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That one's grounded through. Saunders can't field it, and now D'youville has runners on first and second and nobody out. This Saints threatening to strike first. So it'll be an E4 for the scorecard. Here comes Annie Jorgensen in big trouble here now for Riley Pierre-Molly, and one of the best hitters here that the Saints have here in their lineup. A freshman of Victoria, British Columbia in Canada. 346 on the average for Annie Jorgensen with 2 homers, 31 RBIs, and a 480 slugging. The ECC first team select, a 3-time Rookie of the Week for the East Coast Conference. She's 4th in the ECC in on-base percentage as she fouls that off there for strike 1. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate champions, including Capital One. The 0-1 count, runners on first and second, nobody out, and an early jam here for Riley Pierre-Molly. The experienced graduate pitcher, over 250 career strikeouts as a Falcon, and she only did that in 2 years. Over 500 in total. She transferred from Ithaca, who plays in D3, as that one is fouled behind there and caught by Baker there in order to retire Jorgensen, and the Falcons fans thrilled. So that brings up Summer Clark, the designated player out of Williamsville, New York. 2-way threat. She's made 18 appearances and 5 starts here in the circle, but she's really excelled at the plate. The junior utility players, Pierre-Molly tosses it on in, and it's outside there for a ball 1. For Summer Clark, she's hitting .358 on the year, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a .382 on base percentage, slugging .431. She has runners on first and second, 1 out, scoreless here in the top of the first. The Saints looking to strike early. The 1-0 from Pierre-Molly sails outside there for a ball 2. Clark yesterday at pace went 1 for 3. And a great performance from Giselle Garcia for the Setters earlier on. Top seeded pace moved on to round 3 tomorrow, who will play the winner of the game here at 4 o'clock. The winner of this one, as that one is swung and a miss there for a strike, will move on to that 4 o'clock game into that final elimination round, where number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas College currently sits as the opponent. The 2-1. Jammed on over towards short. Burke on it. Fields on over to third for 1 and grabs the advancing runner. 2 away. Heads up play there for Saunders working with Harris, and now there's 2 outs. So that brings up Laura Beck. Runner in scoring position here for the Saints on second base. It'll be Shibish on second. Adamo over there on first base. Laura Beck, a senior outfielder out of Clifton Park, New York, over by the state capitol. Left-handed bat, 5'5". Beck, 327 on the season with 20 RBIs, 467 slugging, and an ECC All-Conference first-team selection. The 0-1 coming in from Pierre-Molly. In there for a strike. An 0-2 count here for Pierre-Molly, looking to get out of a jam. An early one here for the graduate pitcher. 2 runners on with nobody out is where it started. Forced a ground out to Summer Clark, and now the 0-2 here to Laura Beck. Outside there for a ball, and Beck holds on. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Cooler day here after the rain. Should heat up tomorrow for Mother's Day, which we'll have round 3. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got her. How about Riley Piramoli working out of a jam? Leaves 2 stranded. We're scoreless as we'll head to the bottom of the first. Back in a moment here on Flow College. To the bottom of the first we go here in our first elimination game here in the NCAA East Regional Round here in Region 1. Alongside you for this entire postseason here from Pace University, I'm Alex Zeller. Thanks so much for joining me here on Flow College here on this Saturday. An early jam here for Bentley, and picking up is Sarah Pargis, the senior pitcher out of Gettsville, New York. 13-8 on the season, 3.06 ERA, 121.1 innings of work. Leading off here is Jess Morrison. Bentley wearing all black and white lettering here today, blue accents. Morrison, a sophomore to Marshfield, Massachusetts, 5'6", right-handed bat, hitting .339 on the year, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a .346 on-base percentage for the NE10 Conference 13th recipient, as that one goes outside there for a ball from Pargich. We'll take a look around the defensive formations here for D'youville. Jorgensen catching, Moreno on first, Adamo on second. It'll be Sawyer on third. Arno rounds things out in short. Going left to right in the outfield will be Howes in left, Shibish in center, and Beck over in right. The 1-0 here from Pargich in the circle. As that one goes sky high, foul how, and out of play here. As the NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate champions, including Coca-Cola. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Jess Morrison looking to pick up here. .339 bat, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs on the year. Yesterday against St. Thomas Aquinas. Broke the perfect game bid going on there. There's actually dueling perfection in that one all the way until the 4th inning. Well, Morrison ended up going 1 for 3 and blasted a double to break up the campaign there for Sarah Clancy, we saw earlier on against top-seeded Pace. The 2-1. As that one goes low and away there for a ball. Morrison on the first at Pace 0 for 3. Against Assumption, though, a big game in the semifinal round. Backs the wall. Went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs in a similar spot as she is in here now, the 2-2. Jammed on over here. Shows Bond, slaps it, but this time foul here once again. The NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Buffalo Wild Wings. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Base is clear. Only an error on the board here for Bentley. Showing bunt once again goes Morrison, and she tries to slap it here. Jammed. Back on over to Pargis. Oh, what a grab. Throws it on over to first in there for the out. Pitchers are athletes, too. And Pargich making that one look absolutely easier than it definitely is. So here's Jordan Kraus looking for her big postseason moment here in 2025. Kraus, a senior out of San Pedro, California, 5'8" and a right-handed bat. .404 on the bat, 7 homers, 37 RBIs, and a .444 on-base percentage as Pargich launches that on in there for a strike. Jordan Kraus, the home run queen for Bentley University, the all-time leader for the program, was recently named to the NFCA All-East Region first team, and the 0-1 coming in from Pargich. Jammed on over here toward short, picked up by Arno on over to first. There for the out. So a quick 1-2 punch here from Sarah Pargich, and that'll bring up Maddie Baker, the freshman catcher out of Needham, Massachusetts. 1 home run, 17 RBIs, a .336 on base percentage for the NE10 rookie team select, and the third team as well for the Northeast 10 Conference, a .307 bat. Baker looking to settle on in, and Parjic has been great so far, really, to start this one out. A pitcher of the week for the conference earlier on, the ECC second team select. Saturday at St. Thomas Aquinas, a complete game win. No runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And Parjic looking to get a similar performance here now in the ECC championship game. Last Friday against Moy, 1 inning in relief, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk. And now the 0-1 here to Maddie Baker. That one's outside there for a ball. Baker in the first round against Franklin Pierce on the 29th went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and a run scored. That was just heating it up at the plate at the end of the regular season as well. A big swing and a miss there for strike 2. Against American International College on the 25th of April. In game 1, she went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a double and a run scored. In game 2, again, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, including a double there as well, to really kind of finish things out heading on into the postseason. Baker now the 1-2. Outside there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sarah Parjic in command here. Sent down via ground outs. Jess Morrison and Jordan Krause to start things out. And Maddie Baker looking here to grab a 2-out hit. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. And now the 2-2 here from Parjic. Jammed on over here towards the outfield. Shallow left. Picked up here on the grab by Arno. And D'youville will go 1-2-3 here on Bentley as we're scoreless. And we'll head now to the top of the second. The elimination round continues here on Flo College. To the top of the second we go. Scoreless here in the 2025 NCAA Softball Championship East 1 Regional Bracket here, hosted by Pace University in Pleasantville, New York. Alongside you here for Flo College for all the East 1 Region games. I'm Alex Zeller. Thank you so much for making me a part here of your postseason. A 1-0 count as that one gets tossed on outside for Riley Pierre-Molly here, working on Gabby Moreno as she'll settle on and leading things off. Shannon Howes and Becca Sawyer do up here as well. That one is popped up sky high. Coming down here goes Baker. Oof, and it just bounces there off of her glove. And a tough play here behind the backstop. So catching a break here, we'll go the freshman out of San Diego, California. Right-handed bat, 5'4". Gabby Moreno, 280 batter, 21 RBIs, 431 on the on-base percentage. Good for third around the ECC Conference. Looking for our first hit in the East Regional, 1-0 for 2 back on Thursday against Pace, the 1-1. A little off speed there from Pierre-Molly in there for a strike. 1-2 count here on Moreno, whose last hit came in the ECC Championship game back last Saturday at St. Thomas Aquinas in Game 1, where she went 1 for 3. That one goes upstairs there for a ball. The 2-2. Outside there for ball 3. The payoff now is jam foul here behind the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes, as the NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Buick. Moreno looking for her first hit of the day, and the first hit of the day for the Saints, the 3-2. Pierre gets her. Down on strikes, ends up going Moreno back to back after ending the top of the first for the second strikeout here of the day for the graduate pitcher. So that'll bring up Shannon House, the junior out of Palgrave, Ontario, Canada, 5'3", a right-handed bat, a junior. House hitting .280 on the year, 10 RBIs, a .353 on base percentage in her 31st start. Thinks about working her way around on it, and that one jams on her for strike 1. Prior to Thursday's 0-2 performance at pace, Howes had a 3-game RBI streak going here as that one gets jammed out towards the outfield. Carries well and on into the glove here for Demento. 2 away. So that'll bring up Becca Sawyer, the third baseman. Getting a good stretch as she works her way on into the box. A sophomore out of Cortese, Ontario, Canada, 5'4", and a sophomore right-handed bat. Sawyer hitting .218 on the season, 12 RBIs, and a .259 on base percentage as that one tosses on here in there for a strike. Riley Piramali's been doing great here in the circle to start things out. Now, we saw that as well back in round 1 when Bentley took on St. Thomas Aquinas. The 0-1. Popped up and caught this time here by Baker, who's had a few of those work our way on back on over to her. And a high five here from her coach in Terry McDonough. So scoreless here as we head now to the bottom of the second, where the Falcons will look to pick things up. You're watching the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Regional Bracket here on Flow College. Kim Saunders leads off for us. Welcome here to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless here in this elimination round. Sarah Partridge in the circle here. Has had a real great start here for D'youville. That one gets jammed on in towards second. Picked up here on the back there by Adamo. Tossed on over to first in order to retire Saunders. There for out number 1, the senior out of Stamford, Connecticut. We'll head back now. That'll bring up Becca Harris. Freshman out of Tewksbury, Massachusetts. .278 on the average. 13 RBIs and a .333 on base percentage. Alex Zeller alongside you here for Flow College. Thanks for joining me here for this East Regional matchup here. Big swing and miss there for a strike. Winner of this one moves on to the 4 o'clock game to take on number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas College. The winner of that one takes on top-seeded Pace tomorrow in round 3, a 11 a.m. scheduled start. The 0-1. Outside there for a ball. Settling in, Parr just launches it in. Low there for ball 2. Becca Harris, the NE10 all-rookie team selection yesterday against St. Thomas Aquinas, went 0 for 2, and on against Pace back on May 1st, 0 for 2 there as well. Her last hit against Assumption in a similar spot where the Falcons are with the backs of the wall elimination matchup. She went 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored in what was a really fun game against the Greyhounds in the semifinal round of the NE10 conference. The first round of the NE10 tournament against Franklin Pierce, 1 for 2 at the walk and a run scored. Against the Ravens as well. Harris settling in the 3-1, jammed, right up the gut. And out here to the outfield. Partridge just able to get out of the way of that one, a scorcher. And the first base hit of the day here for the Falcons. Becca Harris on board first base with 1 out. So that'll bring up Bella Burke, the shortstop. Now the Falcons looking to get the hits coming on over here. Burke, a freshman out of East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, 5'10", hitting .315 on the season, 12 RBIs and a .422 on base percentage. Was named to the NE10 All-Conference Rookie Team and Second Team here this season, as that one goes in there for a strike and 0-1 count. 1 out, runner on first, scoreless here in the bottom of the second. 1 hit, 2 errors for Bentley, separates D'youville with no runs, no hits, no errors as of now, the 0-1. Outside there for a ball, they look to try to see if Harris would take off. She doesn't. We'll work her way back on over to first base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out across the board. Burke 4th in the NE10 with on-base percentage. .422 stat for the rookie, the 1-1. Big swing and a miss there for a strike 2. Burke, yes, on Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas College went 0 for 2. On May 1st at pace 0 for 2 and 0 for 2 against Assumption in that elimination game. Her last hits, a pair of them against Franklin Pierce on the 29th, went 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. And Partridge looking to keep that going as well. The 1-2 fouled off here behind the screen. And we'll reset. The NCAA would like to thank its corporate partners, including Geico. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first here. First hit of the day here for Becca Harris. And now the 1-2 here for D'youville. Jammed up on in there, strike 3. First strikeout of the day here for Sarah Partridge. And that'll send down Burke swinging. Let's meet Haley Filer, the first baseman out of Wantagh, New York. A right-handed sophomore, 5'8". Filer hitting .195 on the season. 10 RBIs, .268 on base percentage. And the Falcons with a runner on first. Partridge looking to strand her. Slings it through. Just outside there for a ball. Haley Filer was named to the NE10 Conference's all-defensive team. On Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas, went 0 for 2. And was hitless through the semifinal round in the NE10 tournament, 0 for 2 at pace. And against Assumption with a walk back on May 1st. 1-1 count here. Filer's last hit as well came back in the Franklin Pierce game in the first round of the NE10 tournament. 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored there in that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs and a runner on first. Bentley looking for a 2-out rally. So that one goes outside there, ball 2. Partridge has faced Bentley before here in the circle, the 2-1. Swing and a miss there for strike 2, and Partridge here in the driver's seat. On March 14th last season, she went 2 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 runs, 5 of them earned on 10 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, and looking for a much different performance here today. She actually got the win in the start in the other contest back in 2023 against Bentley. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, got her. Back-to-back strikeouts, ends the inning, and Sarah Partridge heating it up in the circle. We'll head now to the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in Pleasantville. The NCAA would like to thank their official equipment suppliers, including Rawlings, Smitty Officials Apparel, and Spec Seats for their support of NCAA championships. Their contributions help enhance the educational and athletic experiences of nearly 500,000 NCAA student athletes. Well, welcome back here in Pleasantville, New York, on the campus of Pace University, the site, the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Regional Bracket. Here in the East 1 Region, alongside you, Alex Zeller here for Flo College. Thanks for making me a part here of your postseason. Riley Pierre-Molly here in the circle tosses that on in here for strike number 1 on Sophia Arnold, the junior out of Clarence Center, New York. Leading things off, the 9-1-2 batters up here for the Saints. D'youville looking for their first hit. Bentley, a hit from Becca Harris back in the bottom half of the last frame. A 1-1 count here now for Arno, who's hitting 300 on the season, 22 RBIs, and a 398 on base percentage. Last hit coming over a week ago against Malloy last Friday, went for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Back in the semifinal round of the ECC Championship Tournament. Outside there for a ball. Hitter's pitch here now for Sophia Arnold. She'll settle on in. And here comes Pierre-Molly. Jammed down through there, base hit. First hit in over a week. Couldn't come at a bigger time here for D'youville with a runner on first and nobody out. A lead-off single for Sophia Arno. Her first hit here in the NCAA tournament. To the top of the order we go. Here's Emily Shibish, who walked to start the game back in the first. Shibish, the senior, 5 RBIs, 398 on base percentage. And looking to keep things moving. Last season went 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored as she shows bunt. Pulls away there for a ball here. "39 appearances, 35 starts in the 2024 season. Shibish had 26 hits, 26 runs scored, and 103 at-bats to a .252 batting average, as that one's in there for a strike. 1-1 count, nobody out, runner on first. Shibish was tied in the lead with stolen bases, 23 for 24. She was 4th in the ECC. And it's in the record books in stolen bases in a single season with 38 for D'youville University. Drops a bunt there perfectly, tossed on over here to first base. Harris grabs the out there for out number 1, and the Saints have a runner in scoring position. Sacrifice squeeze here for Shibish. Or so we thought. She might be safe here at first. Conversation coming in here from Shelly Horner. And now a conversation here at the first base umpire. Emily Shibish holding tight there on first base. Shelly Horner in her first season with D'youville University. What a start for her with the Saints. Prior with Appalachian State, though he played in the Sun Belt Conference in Division I, was their head coach for the last 7 seasons, including a 31-win team back in 2019. It's the number 5 seed in the Sun Belt Conference tournament in their first post-season appearance. Has the most wins in Appalachian State program history. He's a member of the New York Softball Hall of Fame in Western New York. And a Hall of Fame there as well, and confirmed one out here on the sacrifice squeeze here for Emily Shibish. So runner on second. 1 out. And Gianna Adamo, who reached base on error back in the first. Adamo, 25 RBIs, 388 slugging, looking to get one here. She skies that out here toward left field, caught on in by Kraus, who will hold Arno at second. 2 away. Here comes Annie Jorgensen, and a big moment here now for the freshman. 2 homers, 31 RBIs, 480 slugging, and a 346 batting average for the rookie. Runner on second, D'youville threatening a score first. Riley Pierre-Molly looking to end the inning as that one works on outside there for a ball. 1-0 count, 2 outs and a runner on second. Scoreless here in the top of the third. Winner today moves on to 4 o'clock to take on number 5 seed St. Thomas Aquinas College. And the 1-0. Inside there for a inside there for a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The loser today will exit the tournament. And the winner of the 4 o'clock game will take on top seed at Pace. The loser later on this afternoon also will exit here today. So 2 eliminations here in the second round, the 1-1. Dribbled on over here towards short, picked up by Burke to toss over to first. Grabs on the tag. Filer holds it down, and we're scoreless now as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll be back here in Pleasantville. You're watching the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Tournament here on Flow College. Take a look with me around the NCAA tournament here now into East Region number 2 with 3 seed Goldie Beacom leading number 7 Southern New Hampshire 5-0 here. The Atlantic number 1 East Stroudsburg leading 2-0 over number 5 Westchester. Number 7 Charleston leading 1-0 over number 3 Shepherd. AUM leading 7-0 over St. Leo in the top of the fourth. Scoreless between UIndy and Hillsdale. And, of course, our game, scoreless. And an elimination round here in the top of the third. One hit apiece here by both teams, and leading things off, Carly Demento. Alex Zeller welcoming back here to the East 1 regional bracket here in Pleasantville, New York, hosted by Pace University. As Demento looking here for a big game here. Sarah Partridge still in the circle here for the Saints. Demento, a freshman at Tingsboro, Massachusetts. 169 on the bat, 7 RBIs, and a 208 on base percentage. And a swing and a miss there for a strike. Demento named to the NE10 all-rookie team and the all-defensive team as well. On Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas, went 0 for 2. On May 1st at Pace, 0 for 2 and 0 for 3 against Assumption as well. She's looking for her first hit here in this postseason for the freshman. And she'll settle on in and awaits the 1-1 here from Partridge, fouled off here behind us for a strike. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Great Clips. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. No runs, 1 hit apiece, 2 errors for Bentley. Demento looking for her first hit since the 23rd against Post. 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored, along with a stolen base back in game 1 of a doubleheader. That one goes outside there for a ball, 2-2 count. Partridge looks on in. Winds and deals. That one is jammed on over toward left field. Trailing foul, going foul, and on out of play as the NCAA would like to thank the Home Depot, one of their corporate partners. 2-2 count, nobody out. Season on the line for both these two teams. In the top of the third. Demento settling. Partridge tosses it in. Jammed on over here. Down there, base hit. First postseason hit in a career for Carly Demento, and she's on board first base with a leadoff single. First hit since April 23rd, and the freshman center fielder sure earned it. That'll bring up Grace Messina, the freshman outfielder out of Sudbury, Massachusetts, playing designated player. 5'5", Messina, 381 on the year, 2 RBIs. A 381 on base percentage, and now her 6th start and 15th appearance here in 2025. Partridge tosses it in. She shows bunt here back behind the screen there for strike 1, as the NCAA would like to thank Intuit TurboTax. 0-1 count, nobody out. Messina Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas went 0 for 1 in her first postseason appearance, and now her first postseason start for Terry McDonough in her 9th season. The 0-1 coming on in now for Partridge. Showing bunt, drops it. Oh, just on the money. The toss on over to first is in there. And a pickle perhaps. Trouble, but that one gets away there back to the third base wall here. Rounding third and heading home. Demento looking to try to steal a run. She scores! And Bentley strikes first. Aggressive base running. And an error out there on the field. The Falcons lead the charge here. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the third. It was a sacrifice bunt from Grace Messina who made that happen. No RBI since it was a throwing error which led to the run. And to the top of the order we go now for Jess Morrison. But make no mistake, although that run scored won't go to Messina's stat line, she made that happen absolutely. That one grounded on over to short, toss on over to first in order to retire Morrison for the second time here today. And now there's two away. Base is clear, 1-0 ball game here for the Falcons, and here's Jordan Krause. 0 for 1 of the ground out to short back in the first. Partridge settling on in, looking to try to just end the inning here. And she'll toss it through. Jammed on over here, down there, base hit. And maybe Jordan Krause is heating up here now. And she's over there on first base with a 2-out hit. Second single of the third inning here for the Falcons. And now looking for a 2-out rally now. Here's Maddie Baker, 0 for 1, the 3-hitter. Some of these Falcons are due for a big hitting day. The freshman, 1 home run, 17 RBIs, 307 on the bat. Last hit against Assumption back in the semifinal round of the NE10 tournament over a week ago. 2 for 4 against the Greyhounds. And now Partridge looking to go after her. Low for a ball. Krause goes back on over to first. The 1-0. Inside there. One count. Partridge looking to just draw the line here now. The 1-1. Checks a swing. They're going to see if she went. They say no swing, and so it'll be a ball here. 2-1 count, 2 outs and a runner on first here. And Jordan Krause, who slapped a 2-out single here. Her first hit in a while. The 2-1 here from the D'youville Saints. Popped up. Heading here now into foul territory. Coming out goes Moreno, but it's just past her. 4 strike 2 on the foul ball. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Invesco QQQ. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 game here for number 4 Bentley over number 8 D'youville. Winner stays in the tournament. Maddie Baker. 0 for 3 back on Thursday at St. Thomas Aquinas. 0 for 3 at Pace back in the semifinal round of the NE10 tournament. Jams that one over toward third base. A toss on over to first. Retires Baker, but not before a run comes across. Carly Demento heads up. Works on a throwing error to come on in and score the Falcons' first run. As Bentley leads it 1-0. Number 8 D'youville looks to battle back coming up next. You can get an inside look and behind-the-scenes access to your favorite Division II student-athletes, championships, and sports. Follow NCAA Division II on Instagram and X. Join the conversation by using hashtag #MakeItYours. Alex Zeller alongside you here for Flow College. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday. Elimination round here in round 2 of the East 1 Regional. Number 8, D'youville looking to battle on back. Number 4, Bentley leading 1-0 off of a throwing error. As that one gets jammed on over here, foul by the leadoff batter. And Summer Clark 0 for 1 the ground out here earlier on. As that one gets grounded on over here through their base hit. Just past the glove there of Burke. And a leadoff single here for Summer Clark. Now the Saints looking to battle on back. That's what Bentley did on the flip back in the bottom of the third to lead things off. And that'll bring up Laura Beck 0 for 1 at the strikeout here today. So we'll have our first pinch runner here coming on in for Shelly Horner. And replacing Clark over there on first base will be Allie Biardi, the senior outfielder out of Buffalo, New York. Her 36th appearance here on the season. She's got 15 runs and is a pinch running specialist. She's done a lot, including all of the ECC Championship Tournament. So Biardi looking to add speed here. Laura Beck to the plate. 20 RBIs, 387 on base percentage, 327 batting average. 0 for 3 back Thursday at Pace. Last Saturday in the ECC Championship game at St. Thomas Aquinas, had a big game. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 2 doubles and a run scored back in Game 1. In Game 2, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored as well. So that one gets bunted on into the net here for a strike, number 1. As that one gets slammed on over here toward third base. Harris on it, tosses it on over to first. So here comes Gabby Moreno, 0 for 1 at the strikeout here today.
Now batting for D'youville, number 33, Gabby Moreno.
1 out runner on first. Moreno, the freshman, has that one going on in honor on a strike. Looking for our first NCAA tournament hit. She was great in the ECC Championship Tournament there as well. She'll take that on outside. 1-1 count and 1 out. Moreno comes to D'youville University by way of Rancho Buena Vista High School, where she was first team All-League and the 2024 MVP. She was an honorable mention back in 2023 and 2022. Got some all-star nods in there as well. Named one of the top 50 high school players list in her senior season. Averaged .670 at the plate. Also played women's soccer and volleyball, a 3-sport athlete here in Gabby Moreno. Now with a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on first. On a picture-perfect day here in Pleasantville, as she'll check the swing here on that. And they'll call that a ball, so she'll make base on balls here. Runners on first and second. It'll be Biardi over there on second base, Moreno over on first, and here's Shannon Howe is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field back in the second. Outside there for a ball and a word between catcher and pitcher here now in the circle. Howe's 10 RBIs, 347 slugging, and a 280 batting average here. Prior to the start here of the East Regional round, at a 3-game RBI streak prior. Last Saturday at St. Thomas Aquinas had RBIs in both ends of the doubleheader, which won D'youville their first ECC title in program history. In Game 1, she went 1 for 2 with an RBI double. In Game 2, 0 for 1 with a ground-out RBI. Last Friday against Malloy, went 0 for 2. Against Mercy, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored there as well to make that 3 in a row. Thursday at St. Thomas Aquinas, went 0 for 2 in the first round. She's had some big moments here. The transfer student out of UMass Lowell, they play in Division I, the American East. She was a regular contributor over 2 seasons there. As the house settles on in, runners on first and second. As that one is jammed foul here. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including LG. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 4th. Saints trailing by 1 in the 1-1 here from Piramoli as that one goes outside there for a ball. Piramoli's held the line 3 1/3, no runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 50 pitches. The 2-1. Knocked down over here toward left field. They're going to call foul here. That one was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Biardi over there on second base. And Moreno, who walked, over there on first. The 2-2. Slapped. Slow roller picked up by Harris. No play to be made. Bases loaded. Good piece of hitting there for House. And now the Saints in a real good spot to bounce back here in this one. So that'll bring up Becca Sawyer, the sophomore. 12 RBIs, 273 slugging, and looking here for a big moment. Her last hit against Mercy back last Friday, where she went 1 for 4 with an RBI double and 2 runs scored. And I think that's the idea Sawyer has. She's going to look to try to approach here in this at-bat. Riley Piramoli in another jam, got out of it back in the first. To hold the Saints here off the board. And now Sawyer settles on in. It'll be Biardi there on third. Moreno on second and Howes on first, the base runners for the Saints. Trailing by 1. Piramoli looking to keep it that way. Tosses it on in. Jammed on over here to the outfield. It's deep. Caught on in center field there by Shibish. Racing on home comes Biardi. No play to be made. A sacrifice fly RBI for Becca Sawyer on her 13th of the season. And we're knotted up here at 1 in the top of the 4th. That brings up Sophia Arno, runners on first and second. A single back in the third. 300 hitter, 22 RBIs, 360 slugging in a big moment for D'youville as she jams on through there. Caught by Burke, toss on over to second base, and what a play by the shortstop to stop the bleeding. D'youville will answer on back with a run coming across from a sacrifice fly RBI for Becca Sawyer. And we got a new game as we approach the bottom of the 4th. We're tied up at 1. New game here in the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back here to Pace University, the site of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship East 1 Regional Bracket. Winner moves on here to Game 3 later on this afternoon. The loser exits the NCAA tournament. A hard-fought battle between both teams. Sarah Partridge back on into the circle to face Kim Saunders leading off 0 for 1 on the day. Becca Harris And Bella Burke due up after that as that one gets punched out here towards second base. Adamo trying to reach, can't make the play. It drops there out into the outfield, and on first base goes Saunders. They're going to call that an error. I think she lost that on in the sun there. Starting to get bright out here onto the field. So even Stevens across the board, runner on apiece, 3 hits apiece, and 2 errors apiece by both teams. So here's Becca Harris, a single in the second. Parr just tosses it in, jammed on over here toward left field. Just dies out there into shallow. Coming on in and making the grab here goes Howes, one away. So that'll bring up Bella Burke. 12 RBIs, 422 on base percentage. Runner on first here in a tie game. 1-1 apiece. It's Burke settling on in. Parjic winds and deals. Inside there for a ball. Burke on Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas, 0 for 2. Last hit coming in the first round of the NE10 tournament against Franklin Pierce on April 29th, where she went 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Back here to Parjic on for second. The relay, it's not going to be in time back here against the wall here, but not enough room to move along there for Burke, who will stay there on first base, and now there's 2 away. It's a real heads-up play by Parjic to grab the advancing runner on that one and keep Bentley out of scoring position. Here's Haley Filer, 0 for 1 of the strikeout here today. Parjic settling on in, winds and deals. Jammed on over here into foul territory as that hits the net there for strike number 1. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Marriott. The 0-1 count coming on in here with a runner on first. Tie game here. And a good one here in the bottom of the 4th here in this elimination round. Parjic choosing her pitch. Slings it through. Upstairs there for a ball. Parjic last season, 28 appearances, 1 start, 72 strikeouts, 6 complete games, and 1 shutout. The 1-1 is outside there for a ball. She was 5th in the ECC last year with strikeouts. In 2023 is starting a victory actually against Bentley. 4 1/3 of an inning, 2 runs on 7 hits, and 1 strikeout. Parjic keeping it close here on in this one, in this tie game. The 2-1 coming on in. It's been a great game between both teams here. Popped up. Back here behind the backstop here and out of play. The NCAA like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Nissan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. Filer settling in. Parjic looking for one more strike as that one bounce out here towards foul territory. Coming on in goes Moreno. Can't make the grab out in foul territory. And a break here for Haley Filer. That wind just gusted on that ball and just moved it out from where Moreno was standing under. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind has certainly picked up between game 1 and game 2 here today. It's been tough for all players in the field today to really contend with. That one jams back to Parjic on it, tosses it on over to first in order to end the inning. So an error to start things out here for D'youville, but Sarah Parjic and the Saints hold off. We're still tied as we head now to the top of the 5th. We'll be back here in Pleasantville. Well, welcome back here to the top of the 5th inning. Tie game 1-1 between number 4 Bentley, number 8 D'youville. Alongside you here on Flow College, Alex Zeller here for the 2025 NCAA Softball Championship East 1 Regional matchup here. Winner continues on their postseason run. Team that loses this one will exit as that one is fouled off there for strike number 2. Leading off is going to be Emily Shibish. Walk back in the first, a sacrifice squeeze back here in the third. Riley Piramali still in the circle here for the Falcons. 4 innings of work, 1 run allowed on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. A 1-2 count here now. Piramali, the 1-2. Tipped foul and on out of play. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Pizza Hut. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors apiece between both these two teams. The 1-2 now from Piramali. Kept alive here by Shibish. Shibish on Thursday at pace, 0 for 2 at the walk and a stolen base. Looking here now for a hit, the 1-2. Upstairs there for a ball. Shibish holds off. Last Saturday at St. Thomas Aquinas in the ECC Championship game, in Game 1 went 1 for 4 at the stolen base and a run scored. In Game 2, a 2 for 3 day and won the ring, the 2-2. Ooh, in there, ball 3. 3-2 count, nobody out, base is clear. And a good battle here. Back to the top of the order. 3rd time through here now for Emily Shibish. That one is knocked on over toward Burke. Fields it on over to first there, 1 away. Here comes Gianna Adamo, 0 for 1 on the day. A fly out to left field in the 3rd. Reach base on error back in the 1st. Adamo takes that outside there for a ball. Last season, Gianna Adamo had 40 starts, batted .358, and included a .466 average in ECC play, the 1-0. Fouled here behind the screen there for a strike, as the NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Reese's. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Adamo actually earned her 100th career hit against Bentley in a 2 for 3 day where she had an RBI and a run scored. That was back in the 2024 season. Overall, she had 44 hits back in 2024, including 8 doubles, 4 triples, 20 RBIs, and she was second in the ECC in walks. She had 20 of those, and now the 2-1. Jammed down over toward left field. Diving and making the grab. There goes Kraus with a bit of a web gem. Puts her away there for out number 2. Boy, we've seen some great outfield play here in this East 1 region. And add Jordan Krause's play to the mix. So with 2 outs, here comes Annie Jorgensen, 0 for 2 on the day. A pop out to the catcher back in the 1st. Grounder to short back in the 3rd. Piramali looking for a 1-2-3 inning, as that one works on in there for a strike. Jorgensen, 2 homers, 31 RBIs, 432 slugging for the ECC first team select. The 0-1. Low on into the dirt. Annie Jorgensen comes to D'youville University by way of Belmont Secondary School back in Canada, a 12-year member of the White Rock Renegades. At her highest average back in 2023 and was named the tournament MVP each and every one of those 12 years. That one works on outside there for a ball. And Jorgensen getting her first taste at NCAA softball at that. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A 3-time Rookie of the Week for the ECC. Looking for her first hit in the NCAA tournament as that one goes inside there for a ball. Back in the semifinal round at a 2 for 3 day with an RBI and a walk against Malloy in the semifinal round of the ECC tournament. And against Mercy, 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. She jams that one there toward third through both infielders and out here to the outfield. Muscling her way through to a base hit goes Annie Jorgensen, who's 1 for 3 here today, and a 2-out single. So that'll bring up Summer Clark, who will re-enter here after being pinch run for back in the 4th. She's 1 for 2 on the day with a leadoff single back in the 4th. A runner on first and 2 outs. Pierre Molly tosses that on, just misses there for ball number 1.
Now batting for D'youville, number 32, Summer Clark.
Clark, 2 homers, 18 RBIs, 382 on the on-base percentage. And she's swinging 358, the 1-0. Jammed on over here toward left field, shallow. Drops in front of Jordan Krause. Back-to-back hits here with 2 outs now for D'youville. And they have a runner on second looking to grab the lead. Here's Laura Beck, who's going to want to deliver it here.
Now batting for D'youville, number 15.
0 for 2 on the day, a liner to third. Back in the 4th, a strikeout back in the 1st. Beck, 20 RBIs, 467 slugging for the senior. Last year at a 2 for 3 day with a stolen base against Bentley as she swings and misses that one there for strike number 1. That one swung and a miss there for strike number 2, and Pierre Molly in the driver's seat. Looking for one more strike in order to get out of this one. Runners on first and second, and Pierre Molly has risen to the occasion whenever she's been challenged here in this contest, the 0-2. Jammed on over here, caught there on the line by Harris at the hot corner. Tie game as Bentley holds on tight to it. We head now to the bottom of the 5th. NCAA Division II is the only division to conduct community engagement activities at all championship final sites. Since 2003, Division II has been a national partner of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, granting over 785 wishes to Make-A-Wish families. Division II also has a partnership with Team Impact. Since 2011, over 670 children with serious or chronic illnesses have been matched with a Division II team. To learn more about Division II community engagement, visit ncaa.org/D2. Leading things off, Carly Demento. They lead off single back in the 3rd. She would come on in and score back in the bottom of the 3rd to take the early lead. D'youville will answer on back with a sacrifice fly RBI to bring the game to a 1-1 matchup here. As that one's upstairs there for a ball. Both teams back to the wall looking to keep their postseason alive. As Parjic looking on in. Winds and deals. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Demento on the single, earning her first hit since April 23rd, her first postseason hit as well for the freshman who's been playing well here today. The 1-1. Fouled here behind us there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike, no outs, as the NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Ritz. And now the 1-2. Jammed on over here towards left field. Working in goes Howes, makes the grab there, 1 away. So that'll bring up Grace Messina. Sacrifice squeeze in the third.
Now batting for Bentley, number 7.
The freshman, 2 RBIs, 381 bat, and 6 starts, 15 appearances. Has done very well as of late. As she'll settle on in. Here comes Parjic. Upstairs there for a ball. Messina 0 for 1 on Thursday against St. Thomas Aquinas in her first postseason appearance. This will be her first start, actually. She awaits the 1-0. That one swung on a miss there for a strike. But Messina, when she's been on, has had some really big moments. April 25th against AIC comes to mind. A 2-for-2 game with an RBI and a run scored in Game 1. She followed that up in Game 2 of that doubleheader, going 2-for-3 with an RBI and a run scored as well. So that one goes on in there. 4-strike, 2, a 1-2 count. The 19th at St. Michael's College, she went 2-for-3 there again. 1-for-3 with a run scored at Franklin Pierce back on April 18th. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes. Here goes Messina. A 1-2 punch here from Sarah Parjic.
Now batting for Bentley, number 4. Jess.
Parjic 4 2/3 of the innings. About to throw her 60th pitch. No runs. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 run unearned on 3 hits and 3 strikeouts. To the top of the order we go. Here's Jess Morrison 0 for 2 on the day. Both ground outs. Parjic looking to make quick work here in the 5th as that one goes low there for a ball. Morrison, 2 homers, 18 RBIs, 346 on base percentage. And now the 1-0. Outside ball 2. Parjic slings it through, jammed up high. Staying on into the infield. Moreno coming after into foul territory. Fights the sun and the wind in order to make the grab there for out number 3. Tie game here. Quick work in the 5th. Here for Sarah Parjic as the Saints look to get back on top. Coming up here in the top of the 6th. We'll be back in a moment here in Pleasantville. Riley Piermoli back here in the circle. Gabby Moreno leads things off. Shannon Howes and Becca Sawyer due up here for D'youville. Tie game 1-1 here in the top of the 6th in this elimination round. As Moreno holds off on that one in there for a strike up. Alex Zeller alongside you here for Flo College. Thanks so much for making me a part here of your 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship East 1 Regional matchup. Checks a swing low in the dirt there for a ball. Checking the swing, that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, tie game. Moreno 0 for 1 at the strikeout, back in the 2nd, a walk in the 4th. As Piermoli settles on in, winds and deals. Ball 2, 2-2 count, nobody out. And a real good game here we've had in our first elimination round here in the East Regional, the 2-2. Knocked on over here towards right field. Charging on into the outfield and just out of the reach here of Morrison. So a break here for Moreno. It is gusty out there is how I would describe it. It's been tough for all the fielders to kind of deal with it. It could be still at times, as you can see at the moment. And then sometimes just a huge gust of wind just flies through up to 26 miles an hour here today in Westchester, New York. The 2-2 here from Pierre Morley. It is outside there for ball 3. Three-two count, nobody out. As that one is jammed, deep left field, foul, and out of play. Boy, that one really carried Moreno, showing a bit of how much power she's got there in that bat. No home runs in her collegiate career as of yet, but a .344 slugging and the third best on-base percentage in the ECC. That one goes foul, kind of in the same spot, and bounces there on the top over by that bullpen area, the 3-2. Moreno settling, Pierre Morley tosses it in. Jammed on over here, fair ball this time. Fly ball out to left field, caught in by Kraus, one away. So that'll bring up Shannon Howes, 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 4th. Pierre Morley tosses it in. Outside there for a ball. Howes, 10 RBIs, .353 on base percentage. As that one jammed on through here for a base hit. Second single here for Shannon Howes, who's made an instant impact on this D'youville team since transferring on in from UMass Lowell, and she's over there on first base with 1 out. A 2-hit day here for Howes, and here's Becca Sawyer. A sacrifice fly RBI back in the 4th to tie up the game. Pop out to the catcher spot earlier on, as that one is knocked foul there. 4-1. The NCAA would like to thank its corporate partners, including Samsung Galaxy. An 0-1 count, 1 out. Pierre Morley settling on in. Winds and deals. That one is bounced up high. Back to the backstop. Caught on in. Here by Baker, and a double play at that as she sends it on over to first base, and Bentley gets on out of it. Tie game here as we head now to the bottom of the 6th. The Falcons defense coming up strong. Don't go anywhere. It's a tight one here in Pleasantville. And welcome to the bottom of the 6th. A great double play to work things out here for the Falcons with the meat of their order coming up here. Tie game, bottom of the 6th. Jordan Kraus leads things off for us here. Alex Zeller alongside you here for Flow College. Thanks so much for making us a part here. If your NCAA tournament as that one works on outside here for a ball. Kraus 1 for 2 on the day. A single back in the 3rd. And Bentley looking for her to heat up here. The 1-0. Jammed on over here to deep left center field. That one's carrying down there for a base hit. all the way back towards the wall as Krause storms on over towards second to slide, and she's got a lead-off double to start things out here in the bottom of the sixth. The Falcons looking to grab the lead back with the runner in scoring position now. Here's Maddie Baker, 0 for 2 on the day, and certainly due for the freshman catcher. 1 home run, 17 RBIs, 414 slugging. Her last hit in the semifinal round in a similar spot with her back to the wall against Assumption. Back over a week ago, she went 2 for 4 in that game. In round 1 against Franklin Pierce, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and a run scored there as well. Partridge tosses on in as that one is jammed out here. Shallow center field, drops in for a base hit. Back to back goes Bentley, and they got runners on the corners. And now Kim Saunders looking to put an exclamation mark here on it. 2 homers, 25 RBIs from the senior out of Stamford, Connecticut. 391 slugging, and a meeting here for the D'youville infield. First ever NCAA tournament appearance in Division II for the Saints. D'youville University transitioning to the Division II back in 2023. A big moment here for the Falcons. Back-to-back hits. And Sarah Partridge facing a jam. Partridge so far here today, 5 innings of work, 65 pitches. No 1 run unearned on 5 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. She's been great here. And now the Falcons looking here for a moment. It's been a tough go in this postseason for them. Now they look for the lead back. Tie game at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th. The Falcons looking to go ahead. Kim Saunders looking to deliver it to them. 0 for 1 on the day. A ground out in the second, reach base on error back in the 4th. A leadoff double for Jordan Krause over there on third base. Maddie Baker backed that up with a single over there on first. And a pinch runner coming in on first base for Maddie Baker will be Michelle Diaz, the freshman out of Westbury, New York. Partridge looks on in. Winds and deals. Outside there, taking off there goes Diaz, and she'll steal a base here. Pitch, call the ball here. Partridge settling on in. Runners on second and third, winds and deals. Bunted on down here, back to Camp. Partridge can't make the play. 1 run will score. Here comes Diaz. 2 comes in on a cross. And Kim Saunders puts an exclamation mark on it. Bentley's back on top, 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. It all started from that double from Jordan Krause. She'd be the first one across. And the Falcons looking to soar here and stay in this postseason. Kim Saunders gets a break. Pinch running for her will be Ella Banovsky, the sophomore out of Monroe, Connecticut. Banovsky scored a run in the semifinal round back on May 1st as a pinch runner. Went 0 for 1 at pace last time at the plate. Her 18th appearance here in 2025. Becca Harris due up now 1 for 2 on the day. A 2 RBI single for Kim Saunders. As Harris settles in, winds and deals. Popped up. Working its way back on over into foul territory and up over the fence here for strike 1. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Unilever. An 0-1 count, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. 3-1 lead here for number 4 Bentley over number 8 D'youville. The Falcons looking to keep their postseason hopes alive. Nobody out. Parjic looks on in, winds and deals. Bunted on down here. The toss on over to first, in there for the sacrifice. And over on second base now is going to be Banovsky. So now just one away. Here comes Bella Burke, 0 for 2 on the day. They strike out and a ground out back in the fourth. Runner on second. Burke looking for some more insurance. A .425 slugger, .315 on the bat, 12 RBIs this season for the freshman. Bounces that one, fouls. That one works on out of play. The NCAA would like to thank its final corporate partner in Wendy's. All the support from our corporate champions and corporate partners enhances NCAA championships and the educational athletic experiences of nearly 500,000 NCAA student athletes. An 0-1 count, one out, and a runner on second. Bentley breaks open a 2 RBI single from Kim Saunders on a bunt. The 0-1 comes on in there for strike 2. And now the 0-2. Parjic looking to get back on program. D'youville looking to get back on top in the top of the 7th, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, got her. And Parjic adds another strikeout here to the mix. And takes down Bella Burke for the second time here today. 4 strikeouts now for Parjic, and I'll bring up Haley Filer, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout back in the second. Runner on second, 2-run lead here for the Falcons. And the Saints looking to keep it close as Parjic looks on in. Winds and deals. In there for a strike. The 0-1. Knocked on over here to deep left center field. Down there, base hit, back to the wall. Banovsky around third is going to come on in to score. Heading on over second with an RBI double is Haley Filer. And Bentley has opened things up here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1. As the Falcons looking to keep alive here in this postseason. RBI number 11 for Haley Filer. And her first hit since last week, her first postseason RBI here in 2025 for the sophomore. So pinch running for her will be Breland McDougal, the sophomore to Amston, Connecticut, her 14th appearance on the season. What a bottom of the 6th here for Bentley. A leadoff double from Jordan Krause, a single from Maddie Baker, then a 2 RBI single from Kim Saunders. A sacrifice squeeze from Becca Harris, a strikeout to Bella Burke, and then an RBI double from Haley Filer to bring the game to 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The Falcons have dropped 3 and are looking for more. Here's Parjic. Outside there for a ball here to Carly Demento, 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 3rd. The 0-1. Upstairs there for a ball. Parjic looking on in. Slings it through. Outside there for a ball. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on second. A massive bottom of the 6th, biggest in the postseason for Bentley. Now a 3-run lead. Winner takes on St. Thomas Aquinas College down in front of me here to the right, keeping a very close eye on their potential opponents here later on. That one bounced out here towards center field, caught on the run here by Shibish in order to end the inning. But 3 runs come across, a 2 RBI bunt single from Kim Saunders, and an RBI double, first ribby in the postseason this year for Haley Filer, as the Falcons lead at 4-1 and head now to the top of the 7th. They're looking forward to taking on the Spartans. If they can hold out, we find out coming up next. Welcome back to the top of the 7th. We go a 4-1 lead here for number 4 Bentley over number 8 D'youville. The winner will take on number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas College in about an hour. And leading off here will be Sophia Arno. Last run coming across here in the top of the 4th. For the Saints, Pierre Molly looking to hold off as she throws that one low in the dirt there for ball number 1. Here for Flo College, I'm Alex Zeller here for the 2025 NCAA Softball Championship East 1 Regional matchup here. As that one is blasted by Arno, heading on over towards foul territory, and making the grab there is Filer out in foul territory. And a standing O from the Falcons fans here in attendance in Pleasantville. One away. It's been a postseason filled with adversity for Bentley. Taken out in the semifinal round of the NE10 tournament last week. A loss to St. Thomas Aquinas and a tough one at that. Pierre Molly tosses on in outside there for a ball. It was neck and neck with D'youville, 1-1 until the bottom of the 6th, where the Falcons would break out with their hitting. The 1-0 now from Pierre Molly. In there for a strike. It's a 2 RBI single for Kim Saunders, hitting home Jordan Krause with a leadoff double, and then a single for Maddie Baker. And then an RBI double from Haley Filer. That one is bounced out here to our foul territory. Caught here in left field by Krause. And now the Saints down to their final out. In their first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament. Pressure's on here for the Saints. And here's Gianna Adamo. Looking for the biggest 2-out rally of D'youville's year. What a journey for the Saints here so far, trailing by 3. As that one's in there for a strike. Pierre Molly has that one go outside on her, 1-1. Adamo 0 for 2. Hit 2 to left field. Both fly outs. Reach base on error back in the first. Knocked on over here toward third. Harris on a toss on over to first. And the Falcons, no! This game's going to continue. They'll say Haley Filer stepped off the bag. And safe over on first base goes Adamo. Safe at first on an error. And they stunned Pleasantville at the moment. Terry McDonough looking to state her case here. Heads out to the first base umpire. Annie Jorgensen, fresh off of a hit in the 5th. Looking to see if this game continues. So Will stepping off the bag here. Goes Filer. And safe at first base. Reaching on her second error of the day goes Adamo. And about 50 umpires in front of me, most of them wearing Bentley colors, would beg to disagree. 2 outs, runner on first, and an opportunity for Annie Jorgensen. D'youville down 3, down to their final out.
Now batting for D'youville, number 23, Annie Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, 2 homers, 31 RBIs, 432 on base percentage. As she'll settle on in, and Pierre Molly tosses it in. Low there for a ball. The Saints looking to capitalize, the 1-0. In there for a strike, count goes even at 1. Biggest at-bat here of this freshman's career in Annie Jorgensen. She's had a great year, the ECC All-Conference first-team selection. That one goes outside there for ball 2. A 3-time Rookie of the Week, and she's 4th in the ECC in on-base percentage. Had her first hit here in the East Regional earlier in this one. That one's dribbled on over here toward third. Harris on a toss on over to first in order to secure the game. And number 4 Bentley will keep their postseason alive. They'll take on number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas coming up next. But what an adventure and what a journey for number 8 D'youville, their first ECC title in program history. They really played very hard, both against top-seeded Pace, and have kept this one close here against number 4 Bentley. It was neck and neck in this one, but it would come down to a big bottom of the sixth for the Falcons. A 2 RBI bunt single from Kim Saunders and an RBI double from Haley Filer would secure the win here for the Falcons, who will win it 4-1. Your final here. Riley Piermoli will be the winning pitcher here today. Will improve to 14-12 here on her season. And Sarah Partridge will finish her 2025 as D'youville will exit the tournament now. Partridge drops to 13-9 after a very hard-fought battle here for the Saints, including a sacrifice fly RBI from Becca Sawyer. So Bentley will win 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors, 4 left on base. D'youville will score 1, 6 hits on 2 errors, and 8 left on base here. As well. So number 4 Bentley moves on now to the 4 p.m. matchup. Will take on number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas College. They'll look to continue to keep their postseason alive. Number 8 D'youville University has now been eliminated from the NCAA tournament. The Falcons end up improving to 25-20 on their season. D'youville will finish 2025 23-20. Coming up next, another elimination round as number 4 Bentley takes on number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas. A bit of a rematch from that first round back on Thursday. The winner moves on to round 3 tomorrow to take on top-seeded Pace. It's first pitch scheduled for around 4 p.m. It's also a win and wear. I'll join you again, but first, so many thanks go around on this great broadcast. There's so many people behind the scenes working so hard to make all this look and sound so very good. Please join me in thanking Ron Ennifer, celebrating his birthday here for sports information from Pace University. Samantha Flecker, who leads sports information here for Pace University. Alyssa Mackers worked tirelessly for us here on the technical end. A big thank you to Ali Rondo, Morgan Ryan, and a big thank you to my producer here this afternoon, Kira Collins. And for all of us here on the team on Flow College, I'm Alex Zeller. Much love from Pleasantville. We'll see you on the flip side. Number 4 Bentley staying alive. A big bottom to 6th. They'll look to move on to round 3 as they take on St. Thomas Aquinas College coming up next. Grab a water, grab a break, grab a deep breath. We'll be back here in Pleasantville.